YouTube! What is going on, everyone? It's your boy AC back with another video, and as 2023 is coming to the end, I decided we're going to be going over my top 10 Jordan 1s of this year. Now that is going to range from high tops, low tops. There's not going to be any mids here, but between highs and lows, my top 10 Jordan 1 releases of 2023. Yes, I do know the Jordan 1 hype is pretty dead at the moment. However, still one of my favorite models of a shoe, regardless if it's hype or not right now. And there's been a lot of very solid releases this year. Honestly, one of the best releases for Jordan 1s, especially if you're trying to get them for personals, because a lot of them don't go for that much money. Now, before we begin, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support recently. We've gained a bunch of new subscribers. So thank you guys for everyone new here who has subscribed. And I'm pretty sure still like 99% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. And I only say this just because I know a lot of people won't do it unless I say it. So please hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy this video. And with that being said, let's start off with number 10, the Jordan 1 Retro High 85 in the black and white colorway. A super clean everyday wear of a shoe. And yes, I do know it looks a lot like a Panda, and the Panda hype is completely dead. But at the end of the day, a Jordan 1 High, especially in the 85 cut model, is and will always be a super clean and fire pair that you can literally beat to the ground as an everyday wear. They did come out on February 15th, and right now, resale value on these really isn't that high. A size 10.5, my personal size, the last sale of them was $380, so not that high of a resale price, and that's pretty much what they've been going for since they released. They haven't really gone up or down. They pretty much stayed around that price point. And I'm not gonna lie, a shoe that I kind of wish I got for my personal collection, but if I'm really trying to grab them, honestly, I would just grab a used pair because it'll be way cheaper. But yeah, again, my personal list, I think this is a clean fire colorway, but it's number 10. It's my least favorite out of this whole list, but again, still a clean fire pair of Jordan 1s. But let's move over to number 9, the Jordan 1 Low Vintage UNC Gray. I don't think I saw any of these like in stores. I haven't seen them in hand or anything. That's why they're so low on this list. But I'm sure if I did see them in hand, they would still be a clean fire pair of shoes. These ones give me so much of the Union Jordan 1 vibes, and honestly a clean colorway. And since it's very inspired of the Unions, getting them for super cheap. Right now, my size, the last sale was $200. And yes, it's not the most wearable everyday shoe, but it's really not that hard to pull it out as an everyday wear if you really wanted to. But yeah, clean colorway, super underrated. Coming into that gray bottom with that UNC toe box. Again, another shoe I wish I grabbed for my personal pair, and I'm not gonna lie, might go find a used pair for myself because these things are still number 8 just because I haven't seen them in hand, but they're pretty high on my most wanted list, I'm not gonna lie. But with that being said, let's move over to number 8, which is another high top, the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, obviously, this is a collaboration with Spider-Man, the newest cartoon film, just like they had previously for the other Spider-Man collab. Not gonna lie, the previous one is way better than this one. Still an alright colorway. It's like a Chicago pair, but a little bit of twist, a little bit of Spider-Man details throughout the shoe. These things came out on May 20th, and the resale is not the highest. It is pretty much a base of a Chicago colorway, but with a bunch of the Spider-Man details throughout it. I'm not gonna lie, not the biggest fan of them. Honestly, these things could have been number 10. I had them in hand not too long ago. Not a personal pair, but a different pair to sell, and I don't know, they're not that great, but they're more of a shoe of like if you know type of thing. They're not bad whatsoever, but comparing them to the old Spider-Man ones, it's so hard to compete to that one because that one is like a grail pair, I'm not gonna lie. But size 10.5, again, my personal pair, you can get them right now. The last sale was $267, so that's pretty much retail. So that just shows a lot of people aren't really messing with them like that, but it is what it is. I still like them, but they're definitely not my favorite pair that are released this year. But with that being said, let's move over to number 7. A pair that's super underrated right now, and a pair that's gone up in price throughout the year, which is another pair of Jordan 1 Lows, but an SE version in the Concord colorway. Now, these came out earlier in the year, January 17th. And these things were sitting everywhere. I remember going into like Foot Locker, Champs, JD Sports, and they had them everywhere. I was able to pick up a bunch of them, easily full size runs times like 2 or 3. We got a bunch of pairs, and they have slowly gone up in price. But it is pretty much at this point just a shiny pair of Pandas, but with the little details of the Concord, very inspired of the Jordan 11 Concord. This pair with that icy bottom, honestly, I wish I kept a personal pair, because I got plenty of size 10.5s for retail that I could have kept, but I just didn't want them at the end of the day. But going back and revisiting this shoe, this was one of the best drops of the year. And right now, if I wanted my own personal pair, a size 10.5, the last sale was $273, an extra like $100 over retail. And yeah, I could have got these for retail. I could have kept a personal pair and been wearing them throughout the year, but you know, I guess I didn't really want them that badly. But at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing. I did get a good chunk of this top 10 as a personal pair, so at the end of the day, I'm not too mad about missing this pair. But let's go over to number 6. Another low top, but in the 85 cut. It is the neutral gray colorway. This pair came out not too long ago on October 25th, and it's by far one of the best sneakers to come out this year. Yes, I do know Jordan 1 hype is nowhere near what it used to be, which I'm not complaining about it at all, because that means I can get a lot of these Jordan 1s for a good price and not pay like $300-400 for them anymore. And this is a pair that you can literally use for an every single day wear. It's such a clean everyday shoe. Beater shoe, it'd look amazing. This is just a clean pair that they did come out a few months ago, but now that people have been wearing them and trying to sell them, best believe I'm going to be on the lookout for my personal pair, a nice used pair for a good price. Because right now, my size, if I really wanted a brand new pair, which I don't really need a brand new pair, but right now the last sale is $225. I can probably get a used pair that's still in a pretty decent condition for probably like $150-120 and just run that thing to the ground, because this is such a clean colorway that, again, could be used for an everyday shoe. But let's go over halfway point to number 5. This is probably one of my biggest regrets this year. For shoes that I passed up on, at least. I could have easily got these. I could have doubled up on these. These are so easy to get. They are the Jordan 1 High in the washed black. Honestly, I wish I had a pair of these. These would have been my beater shoe for years. I love this colorway. It looks so nice, not only just on foot, but the shoe itself looks amazing. It really is just a really clean and I guess basic Jordan 1 High, but a shoe that I can slip on, wear around, and not really think twice about, because I could just beat them to the ground. And not gonna lie, I think they look even better the more you use them. And they did come out on June 10th. It's been a good amount of time since they released, so best believe I'm checking eBay. I'm looking at my local Facebook groups for people who are selling a size 10.5, a used pair for probably like 120-ish bucks, because that's probably how much I'll be able to get them for. But right now, if I wanted my personal pair, a size 10.5, $300. These things have gone up in price, and not even that surprised, because these were stupidly, criminally underrated. I'm pretty sure in the video I made about these, I said this was one of the most underrated pair that has dropped this year. And yeah, pair that I wish I kept as a personal. Probably my biggest regret of this year, I'm not gonna lie, because I really like this pair. But let's move over to number 4. Finally, a pair that I have as a personal pair, the Jordan 1 Low OG in the black toe colorway. I was so surprised that these things had no resale value, but at the end of the day, I was not mad at all, because I was able to get these for retail. Pretty sure these things are probably at retail still, at maybe even lower than retail, but definitely one of my favorite Jordan 1 Lows that have released this year. Fortunately, haven't worn them just yet, but best believe 2024, around that spring, summertime, these things are coming out, and they're coming out hard. Coming in that OG cut. I like this cut of the model way more than we do of the Jordan 1 Lows that we have now. I don't know, this pair just looks better in my opinion. Plus this colorway, like this, again, this is one of the most underrated shoes of this year. We had a bunch of just underrated Jordan 1 Lows that released this year, and this is definitely one of them. These came out on July 29th, and right now, if I wanted to get a personal pair, the last sale was $177, so that's about what retail is. I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. I love this shoe. My 4th favorite Jordan 1 to release this year, but let's move over to number 3. Another pair that I have a personal pair of, and that is by far, again, I've been saying this all video, but again, a super underrated Jordan 1 release. Like, these UNC toes should be worth way more than what they are currently. And that's because, like I did say in the video I made a little bit ago about the reasons why the sneaker resale market is currently down. All that plays into the factor of how cheap all of these shoes are. And honestly, all of these shoes, except for I think the first one, are really easy to get for retail, under retail, maybe a little bit above retail in certain shoes. But all of these should have been super easy for you guys to go out and get personal pairs of, like this pair. My third favorite Jordan 1 high of the year. If these came out in 2020, these would probably be close to a $400 or high $300 shoes. Let's be real. They came out on July 22nd, and if I wanted to get a personal pair, $264 was the last sale on these. A little bit higher than retail, but at the end of the day, would you rather pay like $40, $50 over retail or $200-$300 over retail? So that is why I absolutely love the time we're currently in and how easy it is to get all these Jordans. Like, yes, I know a lot of the people they don't care about Jordan 1s no more, but at the end of the day, if you love the Jordan 1 model like myself and a lot of these like Jordans that are bricking in price like this pair, you're having the time of your life getting these for retail. Like, I've been telling a lot of people, this is the best time to start your sneaker collection because you're getting fire colorways like this for retail, which for the past few years has been unheard of. But let's move over to number 2. Now, this is going to be extremely controversial, number 1 and number 2, because it is extremely biased. But at the end of the day, this is my top 10, and I know no one is going to agree with this. But number 2, we have the Jordan 1 Retro Low, again in the OG cut. But this one is the Year of the Rabbit. By far the most expensive shoe we have on this list. My personal pair, last sale was 950 Canadian dollars. I don't think I'm going to be getting this shoe anytime soon, but it is such a nice pair of Jordan 1 lows. It came out January 21st, and if I was able to get this for retail, best believe these things would be in my collection, and I would most likely never get rid of them. They're such a clean colorway, and honestly, they look amazing on foot, but would I ever justify spending $1,000 on shoes to wear around? At this point in my life, no, but that could change. I would love to have these as a personal, but they are so expensive right now, and it would be so hard to like un-DS these. So more likely than not, I would just buy a used pair so it's not as hard as me breaking them in and wearing them, because I'm not thinking, damn, I spent like $1,000 on this shoe just to wear around and instantly lose the value on them. But yeah, a super limited shoe, and I bet a lot of people's number 1 Jordan of the year. But let's go over to my number 1 Jordan of the year, my favorite release. This is probably my favorite release in general of this year. I love this pair. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but if you have been watching my channel for a long time, I have said this countless times. So let's reveal number 1. We're going to have to take off the green screen because it is the Jordan 1 High Lucky Greens. Such an underrated pair of Jordan 1 Highs. Now, I know a lot of you guys are not going to agree with this pick whatsoever. But again, it's my top 10. Let me know your guys' top 10 in the comments below. But for the reason why this is number 1, it's my favorite Jordan model. The Jordan 1, specifically the high top. It could have been the 85 model, but at the end of the day, I don't really care that much about it. But my favorite model, this is my favorite green colorway, and green is my favorite color. And finally, to seal it all off, my favorite color blocking on the Jordan 1 High. You'll notice there's a lot of different color blockings for Jordans, but this is my favorite one by far. So having it on my favorite Jordan 1 High with my favorite color blocking with my favorite color, there is no surprise why this made it to the number 1 spot. And as you can see, I have definitely been wearing them and gained some good usage out of them. I'm pretty sure I wore these day 1. That is very, very unlike me. Usually, as you guys saw from the couple shoes I brought out, I keep them dead stock for a decent amount, like a year or 2, and then I bust them back out when like everyone forgot about them. But these, I should have doubled up on these ones because these are going to be cooked in the next few years. I'm not going to lie. These came out April 15th. My birthday is April 23rd, so this was an early birthday present to myself. So another amazing reason why to pick these up. So another reason why these are number 1. But if I really wanted to get another DS pair to save for when these things eventually do break down on me, because like I said, these are going to be cooked in the next few years. If I really wanted a pair, the last sale on these ones, $240, like $20 over retail. At the end of the day, for my personal pair, getting this pair, I got this for retail, and getting another pair for $20 over retail, that is a huge win-win in my opinion, because I can't say enough good things about this shoe, and I know a lot of people aren't going to agree, but at the end of the day, it's my list. Let me know yours in the comments below, and let's go back to the normal background, because this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching to the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss any of my newest videos. I know, a very controversial top 10 list, but if you made it this far, let me know in the comments below your top 10. I would love to read them. Let me know if I should do another top 10 of like maybe Jordan 4s, Nike Dunks. Let me know in the comments below what specific video ideas you guys have for me, and more likely than not, they will come out hopefully before this year ends. Yeah, there's really not that much else left to say, except for I will see you guys in my next video.